All right. Um. All right then. So basically, what I want to do here is, well, I want to make a desktop shortcut for the emulator. So, edit. Wait. Yeah. Additional settings, no. Show on disk. All right, so I can see my I can see the device image there. If I go emulator, Android SDK emulator. Oh, would you look at that? Brilliant. So basically, I double click on this. What's going to happen? Nothing. Because I'm guessing it needs some. Guessing it needs some command line arguments to work. You know. So let's open up a shell here. Let's go. Sure, there's a way you can do that, right? Some key combination. Maybe not. Okay. Control Shift. No. Am I just being blind? What about Control Alt? Nah. Okay, whatever. Search results in SDK. Okay, so I should then dev Android SDK. Oh, that's easy. I should just be able to go to that. SDK emulator. Ah, we're already there. Good stuff. All right, let's go into PowerShell, and we're gonna go. So we're gonna E drive C space dev slash Android slash SDK slash emulator, and we're gonna run emulator. No AVD specified, or AVD foo to launch a virtual device named foo. Okay, so, well, do I use this thing's AVD ID? AVD ID. Is that what I use? So like if I go emulator at medium phone API 36.1. Does it need to be like sweet? Okay, that's good. So if I close that down, then I want to cancel out of there. Wicked. All right. Well, that's easy as then. Let's go. Let's create a shortcut for this bad boy. I'm going to go new shortcut. I'm going to go type location of the item. It probably is quicker if I just type it. we'll go dev, Android, SDK, emulator, boom. We'll go next, type a name, and we'll go Android emulator. Properties. Start in there, target that. And then, can I do that? So, double click. Negative. Doesn't work that way. I thought it was around the other way. I thought this had to be in... I mean, I could just use the other flag, the other way to do the flag, but... emulator specified in the target box is not valid. Yes. Well, that would be an issue. Okay, well that works. That's good. And I actually get an output log as well with this, which is nice. So now I don't even need to start Android Studio to get my emulator up and running, which is great. Fantastic. I love it. Well, that's good. Now that emulator is up and running, now I need to figure out a way to, like, I need to figure out a way to easily connect my Android debug bridge to it from my dev container, my Docker container that I'm running my dev environment in. So for this one, see, I mean, the device list is there, which is kind of cool. It says it's connected, but, you know, I don't believe that for a second because it's not. If I input anything randomly, nothing happens. So if I go ADB devices here, everything's offline, you see? And that would be because the port changes all the time. So I've got to go to this thing, go home, and go to the developer options and debugging, and we need to see, I mean, this might be the easiest. 40621, this might just be the way I have to do it. 40621, oh, it's already doing that. That's not good then. So if I go ADB reconnect more than one, I don't know where that 5582 emulator has come from. Let's bring this up a little bit. Let's go. Oh, it might be. Oh no. Hang on. It maybe because it's like an annoying two-step process. You've got to like not only ADB. See, why is that not in my path? I really should put it in my path. Platform tools. ADB. ADB, Android Debug Bridge, forward list. So I think what I need to do is I've got this port connect to localhost 40621. This should be automatically ported, and I think I can tell that with netstat. If I go netstat slash ANO and then go find string 40621. Yeah. Sent. It seems like a horrific way to do it. Telnet. I don't have any of that installed. What the hell? Okay. Well, where did my emulator go? It just suddenly crashed. Okay. Well, let's start her up again. Because now I have a shortcut. Yay. There we go. Okay. 40621, right? So now if I go 40621, we just get this semi-cryptic result. It's like the port is actually 50371. Device offline. I don't remember how I did this. ADB forward. So then you go local port. So we'll go 4062, no, TCP 40621 to the device port TCP 40621. Right, and now I'm also forwarding that. I'm listening on 1555 and proxying, forwarding that to 40621. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. ADB devices. ADB devices. Attached. Good. List of devices attached. So now I should be able to go ADB connect 1555 connected to. Okay, so that's great. That actually works. But it seems like a horrible way to have to go through it to get it working. I mean, I could make a script, I suppose, to do that. And I guess this port won't change as long as I don't turn off wireless debugging. Okay, but anyway, we've got work to do, so maybe that's a problem for another day. But yeah, let's go and build the application and get it running. Now, I can't remember if I... Oh, well, this is the beauty as well, like running between two machines. Even if I don't push it to the repo, if I forget to do that on my other machine, it's still here because I'm actually in the same file system, which is nice. So, I want to see where I'm at. I just want to build this out. Correct emulator. I'll just F5. Errors exist. Do they? What errors we got here? What are we halfway through completing? Circular. Ah, yeah. Circular progress indicator. Is there a loading indicator or something? Box loading circular loading indicator widget. I don't know if that's what I'm supposed to use or whether I'm supposed to use circular progress indicator, because progress and loading are different things. Loading's like unknown amount of time left. Alright, what were we doing? We were doing this tap to mark as read, retain swipe to toggle on our notifications. Okay, I think I got as far as getting the tap to read, but I wanted to show some sort of busy indicator on the read status. One day I'll fix all that Gradle rubbish as well. I'm just so nervous about touching that stuff. It's like, if it works, don't freaking touch it, you know? Too scared to touch that. And this SDK thing as well. I wonder how clean this is, like how... It's reasonably tidy. What I kind of want to do is like I want to get my green screen sorted for this stream. Because my background is not very inspiring. I have a door and a printer, and that's it. Not very inspiring at all. Why have I got make Kiwi great again? App compatibility. Yeah, whatever. That's fine. Okay, let's go to notifications. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so we want to mark it as read, and then we're going to tap. Okay, that works. That's pretty cool. I hadn't tested that yet. That was just threw the code in there. So, circular loading indicator widget. So, really what I want to do is wrap this thing in a sized box. And we're going to go width and height 10. Okay, we'll see what happens with that. So... That's, I mean, it's kind of cute, like, I wish I could, I mean, I can't, I say I wish I could, I can artificially slow it down. So we got this item size 10, so it should be the same. Looks a little off though, it looks like it kind of shifts. Maybe that's just the fact that it's... I mean, I could, like... do a pulse animation or something. I can't remember how to do that, so it might be nice. I could just use, like, a simple... I could just use, like, a real simple animation. What have I... Oh, God, this... So we... Oh man, excuse the yawns, jeepers. So we can go Flutter, Pulse, Animation. Pulsator. Simulate a heartbeat signal. Fade a widget in and out. With an opacity animation. Let's just go Flutter built-in animations and see what they've got. We want these, I think it's these, are they called implicit animations? The ones that are like built-in? Animation library. Animated container. The boring show. Animated opacity. Let's have a look at this.
Sometimes you want to change how visible a widget is, either by fading into view or by making it less prominent when something isn't selected. For all those situations, check out animated opacity.
Okay,
First, wrap the widget you want to animate with an animated opacity widget.
will do.
Then set a duration for how long you want the transition between opacities to last.
Uh-huh.
Lastly, set the opacity parameter. To see this animate, you'll probably want to make that parameter controlled by a variable that can be changed by something like a setState call. An opacity of 0 means it's completely invisible, and an opacity of 1
Harry Potter
means it's
reference.
completely opaque.
Interesting.
You can also set it to any value in between. The curve parameter controls the rate that the opacity transitions over time.
Uh-huh.
Animated opacity is an implicitly animated widget. If you modify the opacity value, it animates for you.
Ah,
But if you want to control the opacity animation explicitly,
yes.
perhaps in combination with another animation, check out the fade transition widget instead. For more info on animated opacity and all the other Flutter widgets,
Didn't really give me the answer that I wanted. I mean, it did, but it didn't. Basically, I'm lazy and I just want to create an animation that acts as pulse. Alright, how do they do this? Animation controller, really? God. So complicated. I'm just feeling so lazy today. I don't want to code it. A robotic crafter and a mobile development enthusiast. Nice. Good for you, but no, kidding. Right, state. So we got this motion controller. I mean, you know, I guess like... I guess we have to kind of do this. I mean, I could make an animation controller, right? So we go late animation controller. I believe we have to dispose of that as well. Override dispose. And then we're going to set the animation controller up here. VSync this. So what that means is VSync, this needs a ticker provider, and we can get it from the widget itself if we use the ticker provider mixin. which just, yeah, means now a ticket provider is available on this widget state, which is very handy. Animation controller, we're going to go lower bound, upper bound. So we'll go upper bound as 1, lower bound, we're going to go, we'll start off at 0.3 and see what this looks like. Animated behavior. I don't actually know what that means, so I'm going to get rid of it. Now we've got duration. I think we're going to go. Okay, let's just play around with this. Duration. Oh. Milliseconds 300. Alright, it's already put one in there for us. Debug label, blah blah blah, double value. Something doesn't feel right about that. So we're going late animation controller, and then we initialize it there. So we don't actually give it a value at that point in this one. Dispose. Okay, so all right, that makes sense. So what we want is a value listener. So we want a listener on this thing, right? So we want to go animation. Let's just make it go forward to test, and I'll see if I can just animate these things in general. Add listener. So what do the listeners look like? Animation controller. Add listener. Calls the listener every time the value of the animation changes. Add status listener. That's what we want. Add status listener, and that's going to give us a animation status. Animation status. I know we don't need to do that, but I like doing it so I know what I'm dealing with. If they're things I don't use very often. And then we're going to go if status equals completed, we're going to go in reverse. That's good. What's going on here? Late has not been initialized. Yeah, that's fine because we need to restart the app after this one. Okay, so we should be able to access animation controller in here, and we should be able to wrap the So we should be able to go animated opacity. we're going to go child, and it's going to be one of those two things. And no, because we can't. Okay, so this is going to be like a fade transition then, right? And then required animation. Okay. Right, now let's do a restart and see what happens. See if we get anything out of this. Hey, cool. Okay, that works. Animation status equals... Animation status dismissed. So I could do a switch. I mean, this is kind of a switch casey thing, isn't it? Switch status. And then we're going to go case completed, reverse, we're going to go break, we're going to go case dismissed forward break, and then we're going to go case everything else. Does this have like a default break? So load that page again. There we go. There's our little pulsey animation. That's cool. Is it though? I don't know. We've basically applied this to every single one at this stage, so... Oh, it's interesting too, because they load in at different times. It like doesn't sync them together, so that's where I guess you could have the ticker provider in the parent and pass it to the child, and that would synchronize all of these. Maybe, or maybe not, because... I wonder how you keep them in sync across different widgets. That's interesting. I've never had to try that before. Anyway, I don't need to worry about that here. So I'm going to just tidy all this up. That's all good. We're disposing of the animation controller, which is great. We have this fade transition. We have this fade transition thingy, which yes, is controlled by the animation controller. So basically what we want to do is not have this waiting thing. Basically, I just want the icon now. I don't need the circular progress, the circular loading indicator. So what I do need to do is once we tap on it, we call a method to mark the notification as read. In fact, we pass that to this widget. So the on read, where is it? List tile. I thought I had an action here somewhere. Confirm dismiss. Oh, there. I'm an idiot. Okay, on long press. on tap. So if the widget's not selectable, and so in other words we haven't activated select mode like that, and the notification is red, we're not going to do anything. But if the notification is not red, so if it's in this state here and we tap on it, we're going to set waiting to true. Okay, so I think we could do it in here. I mean, it seems, I don't know, inline stuff like this can start to feel a bit messy, but waiting is true. And we're going to go animation controller dot forward. Is there like a oh, reset. There we go. Animate to animate with fling drive. I can't remember what drive chains a tween or curve tween to this animation. Alignment tween. Oh, okay. So that's how we drive an animation with tweens of various types. Okay, fair enough. Blah, blah, blah. That's not what I need. I just need reset and forward, and then here I want the animation controller stop. Let's go. Let's not start the animation controller on init. Okay, so for some reason it starts at lower at 0.3. Can I set like reverse? Lower bound, upper bound. So what I could do is missing something really obvious here. See the largest value, like Oh, restarts it. That's not what I want. Wish there was a way to bounce, like repeat. Maybe there is. Like maybe if I set... I haven't played with these enough, so this is all still pretty green to me. So if I go repeat, defaults to repeating between the lower bound and upper bound when no explicit value is set for min and max. When with reverse set to true, instead of always starting over at min, the starting value will alternate between min and max values on each repeat. That's exactly what I want, actually. So I don't need these listeners. Pretty sure that's what I want. Guess we'll find out. So we want reverse true. I kind of want to make these... I need to make them take longer. Animation. Value is the initial... Oh, you're an idiot. Is the initial value of the animation. Aye. Value 1.0. And... for real. I'm dumb sometimes. There's something weird about it. It's like flashing... I don't know if it's because the widget gets replaced. All right. So what I might do is might I might... I might do this. Future dots wait, and then we'll go futures delayed, and we'll go widget dot on red, and then we'll go dot then. Red equals notification red. Then list dynamic. The on value callback will be called when this future completes with a value. What? Well, I'm just going to put true in there to make my life easier for now. It's a bit lazy, but basically I just want to... I'm going to pump that up to 2 actually. I just want to see this working. It doesn't have to be pretty. Oh, it does work. I mean, I guess what I could do here is go animate back to the given target backwards. Backward? So I could go animate to 1.0. So that way it's always going to like fade in nicely. Well, that didn't work. I might actually need to reopen the widget for that to work. If we do it slower, it might be more visible. It's still like flashing. It might just be because the color's changing and it looks kind of wrong. I mean, I could do an implicit animation, like animated color. So like go animated crossfade. Crossfade states. Right, so this is another seemingly very verbose way to do it. I mean, animated container works, doesn't it? Animated icon? Animation double. The size and color default to the value given by the current icon theme. Required progress. So I need it like an animation ticker for this. I don't really want to do that. Animated container. What about this? That animates its parameters implicitly. So it's not going to animate the children parameters implicitly. So that's not what I want either. Animated crossfade. I think this seems like the way to do it. So we'll go first child. And we'll go first child is going to be, so I'm just gonna grab that out of there for now. Second child is going to be that. We're going to go duration. Oh, you can get stuff bot. Banny ban. First child. And we're going to go second child. We're going to make it the same. And we're going to go color. If it is red, we're going to show the second, which is the surface. And if it's unread, we're going to go color scheme, primary container. Surface, dim. Yeah, that's nice. That works really well. Okay. Who knows if design is going to like this, but whatever. I do. You get this nice... Yeah, that looks really good. I'm happy with it, at least. Okay, tidy up my crappy code here. So I don't need this delayed thing anymore. I just need to go back to what it was. Red equals notification red. We'll get rid of that. And is that it? I think that's it. So this should be nice and smooth now. Yeah, it's pretty good. On tap, not widget selectable. So if the widget is selectable, or it's red, or we're waiting, then do nothing. Otherwise, do the thing. Oh no, that doesn't make sense. If... crap. Freaking logic. If the widget is selectable... If the widget is not selectable and it's red... So we go not selectable and it's red, or we are waiting... So that should do nothing. That should mark it as red. And if it's selectable, see if we go mark unread and we tap on that, nothing happens. It doesn't. Yeah, okay, so that's good. That is what we want. Cool, cool. All right. Beautiful. So now I think I can tick that off. I can. Now bulk select long press, maintain scroll position. This one's going to be a little tricky. I got a break in a minute. What's our design guidance on this? Let's have a look. Let's go to notifications. Let's have a look here. Okay, so it looks like that is a lot larger than what we've got, and that is even a bit larger than what we've got. So that's like 10 regular. Smart text. Ten regular is labeled small. So if we go to the notifications screen, I'm just going to close everything else I don't need. Yeah. Close to the right, and we're going to go notifications screen. Right, we're going to look for mark unread. So we've got label small already, so that's actually correct. Okay. Whatever, I'll trust that. And then mark unread is supposed to be oh there. Mark unread on here is like 14 medium. 14 regular, 14 medium. That's title small. Style theme dot text theme dot title small. And then yeah, we've got to do a copy with, and we're going to go. See, I've actually got a text button theme, which makes me think if I go smart theme and we go text button theme, we've got primary container, foreground color, style, button style. Yeah, so maybe I don't need to change the color actually because it was working before. So text button, what have I done here? I've busted some syntax with one of my changes. Text, I haven't closed the text. That's why. Yeah, but it loses the color. What the hell? Okay. I'll just do this. Copy with color theme, and I want primary container. better, I think. I don't know. It's total small, medium. It is medium. Okay. Looks more bold in the Figma for some reason. Maybe it's just the zoom. Yeah, I think it is. No. Alright, so the background of that as well is off. That needs to be surface container. Color scheme, so we can actually use our theme variable and we can go surface container. I would have thought we could do that, but maybe I got that wrong. Anyway, I gotta go for a minute. I'll be back. basically I don't like this. I don't actually have a Twitch goal for this channel at the moment, so that can go. What I do want is to sort out the space station broadcast. If I can find that again. That'll do. That'll do for now. Cool. Okay. Back to it. Where we at? Yeah, this top bar thing. Need to figure out what's going on here. Alright. What did I change that from? Circular progress indicator. I don't know why I changed that. Let's make it outline. Okay. I think it was this, like, yeah, it was. Cool. Alright. So now basically I need the parent container here. Pinned header sliver. color surface container low, so I actually just want this as surface container because it needs to be the same color as the rest, which is good. And the bottom border should be width 0.5 like all the other ones to match. That's good. Okay, so that's pretty good. And I think what I want to do now as well is like, I don't know how it does that sometimes. Is I want this, as I click on this, I want, and that pushes everything down. Is that header? As that header appears, I basically want to offset the scroll position by that amount. Oh, I'm not talking. So, start bulk select. That is what we want. We want to go set state selecting equals true. Now, we should also have a scroll controller here as well. Some kind. Inner scroll controller. So if I go inner scroll controller, animate to durations dot short 1. I mean, let's see what AI slop has given us at this point. Wow, that was really not what I wanted. That was very wrong. So 8110. So basically what it's doing is it's just like scrolling up to the top in this case, which is worse than what it was. So like yeah, okay. Animate to offset. I mean, we're basically telling it to animate to its own offset. I don't understand how that actually works. All right, well, in its state, scroll controller, inner scroll controller is null. So where do we get the inner scroll controller from? If inner scroll controller So that stops at 164. No matter what. So it's almost like the scroll position that I'm after is I'm almost after like I couldn't tell you. But, oh man, scrolling is the hardest thing, I reckon. There needs to be like a really in-depth tutorial on just scrolling. There probably is. I just haven't looked for it. So maybe we go in a scroll controller, animate to. These numbers aren't actually making a lot of sense to me. So like right now we should have 0 and 0, yeah? We do. We got 0 and 0. If I scroll that up to there, I'm still gonna have, what am I gonna have now? I don't get that off the screen if I just put it like there. 0 and 157. So that's going to be like, this is going to be like, this is going to be like, I'm going to swap these around because we should go outer to inner. So I reckon this is going to be like, outer is going to be maybe like 20 to 40 and inner is still going to be 0. Oh, okay, maybe not 20, maybe a bit more than that, that's fine. But that kind of makes sense because that almost sort of shows the, I guess, the overlap like that we got going on. Like right now, what does it say? Like from halfway. 36. Okay. And that's 0. And so we get the... I understand it. I frickin' just light bulbed. I think I just light bulbed. I did. I just light bulbed. Okay. So we're going to go. Okay. I need to write this down before I forget it. We're just going to go here. Smart companion app, yeah, whatever, that'll do for now. So basically I just want some boxes. Oh, this is actually kind of exciting, I'm not gonna lie. Finally, I want a rectangle, thank you very much. Okay, I think I've finally got it. So this is going to be, we're going to align the text to the top. How do we do that? Apparently it's not that easy. Text. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now we're going to go, say this is our outer... Let's have a look at these scroll views here. How this is actually, because I don't want to go gaslighting myself and tell myself I've got this when I actually don't. we're going to... It just seems like part of what was confusing is the scrolling seemed backwards, because this seems like it's... I do understand. Okay, I do get this. I will try and make some sense of it in words. How is this structured? So we've got a nested scroll view, which uses a scroll controller, right? So this is like nested scroll view. So nested scroll view, and then inside the nested scroll view, this is so, like, scrolling is one of those things that has just never clicked intuitively with me before, but I finally think I understand it now. I've seen those two numbers. And then we've got, in the scroll view, we've got this, we've got a scroll controller, we've got a header sliver builder. And then we've got a scroll body. And the scroll body can take another scrolling object. So we've got custom scroll view within this custom refresh indicator, which I'll come back to that, but at the moment we've got this header sliver. So that's header sliver builder. And then we've got the body. And within the body, we have got another custom scroll view. All right, so I need to put myself in the corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner, they say, right? I need to chuck myself down here so I'm out of the way. All right, this is good. So nested scroll view body, nested scroll view. So this has like a scroll controller. Call it the parent scroll controller. And the custom scroll view has, like, we'll call this like inner scroll controller, right? So basically this custom scroll view might, like, and then we've got, like, this can go to back, and this is basically like the window. Okay, so this is like the go top, and this is like the canvas area, like the place where we're drawing the, or we'll call it like the scaffold body or something like that. So the nested scroll view is going to have, we're going to make that a border color red. Why no? Why? Watercolor red. Hello? Is it not? Oh, okay. Style. Whoa. Hello. Oh. Yeah. Oh, cat comb. It's gonna, well, hate that at first, but probably love it in the end. Okay. Then the custom scroll view is going to have its own thing. Nested scroll view. It's hard to draw how this actually scrolls though. It's almost like the nested scroll view. Well, it's almost like these two things. Header sliver builder and the body. Let's not round those, okay. And let's say that let's just make some text, good old fashioned text notes. So basically, the nested scroll view only scrolls as much as needed. Only scrolls as much as needed to allow for the header resizing and the first child of the inner scroll view to reach the top of the screen under the pinned, under the header. So, in other words, so if I go text here and, okay, let's go step by step to understand this more. We're going to go, so say 1. Header fully expanded. So in this case, when the header is fully expanded like this, we're going to have the well, we'll call this nested scroll controller, right? Nested scroll controller. We're going to say header fully expanded. Why is the font color not showing up? Okay, so the nested scroll controller offset equals 0, e.g. not scrolled. Inner scroll controller offset equals 0, e.g. not scrolled. So then number 2, we've got header partially squished. So in this case, the nested scroll controller offset will be, so basically it's going to be however many pixels we've squished it by. There's got to be a formula for this that I need to work out. So because the amount of times I've had to use this but haven't quite been able to get my head around it, this is going to help a lot. So to inner scroll controller offset is still equal to 0. That still hasn't itself had to scroll. Header fully squished. 1. Nested scroll controller offset will be. So it's going to be header let's go header max height minus header min height. Inner scroll controller offset still 0. Still itself hasn't needed to scroll. So now, even now, header's fully squished. Header fully squished. Inner first child under header. Child header just fully squished, we'll say. Header fully squished. Child now under header. Overlapping. So now we're going to go nested scroll controller offset will be header max height minus header min height plus the pixels plus the pixels, the top of the inner first child is under the header. header fully squished. Child. Now inner first child. Now off top of screen. E.g. screen scaffold body. 1. Nested scroll controller offset now is just header max height. Inner scroll controller is however many pixels the top of the first child is off screen. So really the inner scroll controller doesn't actually scroll until the top of this first child is actually way up here, is actually off the screen. That's when the inner scroll controller starts counting up. Before that, it's all the nested scroll controller scrolling. It makes so much sense now. God. Brilliant. Now we didn't put the inner scroll controller offset on this one, so inner scroll controller offset is still 0, I believe. Now I could be mistaken there, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. Okay, we do this. It is 129. Yeah, perfect. Oh man, that makes so much sense. What the hell? Okay. Now it's figuring out actually how to use it to solve my problem, but I'm very glad that it's actually now making sense in my head. What I want to do is I want to fix this font color, because automatic apply, that's better. Okay, so header partially squished. This is the hard one to mathematize out as well. It's how many pixels we've squished it by, basically. So it's like basically it's like the nested scroll controller will be offset, will be the it's going to be header max height minus the current header height. That's it. That's what it's going to be. So the current header height is actually the hardest thing to get. I think that's the overlap absorber. I think that's what the overlap absorber is for. Which we actually smart nested scrollables. Yeah, so what we've done here is for this inner scroll controller is we've created a widget, the sized box, which is the same height as the overlap. So in this case what we've done is, since we've added in a new bar here, when we select that, what happens is it gets pushed down by that much more. So it does not keep it in the same place on the screen. It gets pushed down by that. So how I'm actually going to solve that, I'm not 100% sure yet, because the header nested scroll smart app bar sliver builder. Well, that sounds wild. Float header slivers. I can't remember what that does. So if we set this to true, let's have a look. Whether or not the nested scroll views coordinator should prioritize the outer scrollable over the inner when scrolling back. This is used for an useful for an outer scrollable containing a sliver app bar that is expected to float. I mean, yeah, okay. I had this animate to somewhere, and animate to. So I don't want that anymore. I just want to see what it does without manipulating the scroll position. So let's load up the page again. So it's still getting pushed down by the same amount. So it almost looks like that float header slivers didn't do a thing. Like, default is false, so yeah, it's actually not doing anything. I know exactly why that's getting pushed down now. Is inner scrolled. See, that is going to be false. That is going to be false until that list reaches the top of the screen. So the overlap absorber, now this is an interesting one as well. The overlap absorber value, because at the moment the inner scroll controller is not scrolled at all. It's like this overlap absorber is above the scroll view, which it actually is. I think we know that. This sounds like nonsense, but okay, sliver fill remaining is fine. So the body of this nested scroll. So the reason we do this isn't for anything to do with control. This is to do with preloading or loading new notifications as we get towards the bottom of the list. Like that. It triggers a load. So the builder. So that takes context, child, and controller. Right, indicator controller. So that kind of gives you the value of how much this list is kind of stretched by, so you can wonder if I can go. I wonder if I can go stretch. No. It's almost like I don't want a center, I want a container, because I actually want this. Or perhaps this should be a container. And then I should have the alignment as center. And that means, yeah, that kind of works, but kind of doesn't. I wonder why. Alignment geometry. If non-null, it's tricky. Okay, I think I'm working on the wrong problem here, so I'm going to go back to size box for now, just reduce the number of variables I'm working on at the same time. It's almost right. It's like, yeah, I'm sure I can work that one out. Expanded child. See, why have I got the expanded child at the bottom there? What? Oh, yeah, okay. Because the child's actually the list. Alright, that makes sense. I get it. I get it. Now, what? Okay, we better have a look at Figma again, because is the refresh indicator actually a different color to or do I not know this? It is on here, so I think it should be the same on the notifications too. That would be my logical answer to that. Text looks too bold as well. So I think smartness scrollables, this is the endless refresh indicator, so we can fix this now as well. If we go to a screen that is indeed refreshing, there we go. We look at what this is. It is Inter 14 regular. I think that is label large actually. Label large. Oh no. Inter 14 regular is body medium. Well, I'm wrong. Body medium. Oops, body men. Okay. Not today, thank you. Body medium. There we go. That's better. That's better. Was there a to-do list I can tick off for that? Refresh indicator. No, it's nothing. Dang it. I like having free wins sometimes. Okay. Oh, that I just saw a problem that's going to be really hard to solve. That's okay. We will sort it later, one thing at a time. The only thing I don't like about this is that we need to know the height of the select box, and to keep things nicely separated. I mean, I could animate that container in, you know, like rather than just it plonking in there, it could actually be animated. Like sort of fade in, and that would push the list down as well. I actually just think I had an idea of how I could do this, because so far I've got the pinned header sliver in there, but for selecting, maybe I don't want it there. Maybe instead of that, I want can I have a pinned header in a custom scroll view? That's my next question. Pinned header sliver, custom scroll view. A sliver that keeps its widget child at the top of the custom scroll view. This sliver is preferable to the general purpose sliver persistent header. Why? Sliver resizing header. See, why don't I know about this? Oh man. Sliver persistent header, a general purpose header that can be configured as a pinned, resizing, or floating. This sliver is preferable to the general purpose sliver persistent header. Okay, so pinned header sliver is what that is anyway. So, okay. So the problem is if I put that at the top of the list there, what's going to happen is that it's, even though it's going to pin to the top of this inner scroll view, the inner scroll view actually gets pushed under the app bar header. So, there will be a way to solve that. There will definitely be a way to solve that. I'm going to try me best, see if I can. So let's go there. We're going to copy. We're going to comment out post app bar slivers. And then in slivers here, we're going to go bulk action sliver. We're going to go notifications list. We're going to put the pinned header sliver back there. Right. Okay, that shouldn't be there. It's because we need an if statement. If is selecting. Okay. Okay, it still doesn't unfortunately, yeah, unfortunately it still doesn't solve my problem with the offset. I honestly don't actually know if... I mean, there's got to be a way to do it. Basically, it needs to scroll. It actually needs to scroll the outer scroll controller by that much. Now, if I am like this and I tick that, the same thing still happens. That's really weird. Okay, so I think it needs to... It's like it depends what it needs to scroll. Depending if the inner is scrolled or not. Is inner scroll? Do we actually use this anywhere? We don't. Okay. Now that's interesting. So I think I found out another thing as well. I've always wondered how this works because primary scroll controller of context, right? So the context of the body builder of the nested scroll view. Okay, so I've always wondered how that is the inner scroll controller. Like, how is that the scroll controller of this scroll view? But what it is I think the body is built in a context that provides a primary scroll controller that interacts with the nested scroll view scroll controller. So that is the nested scroll views scroll controller. The second we add body here, builder, a new scroll controller is created for the scroll view in here. And that's what we're getting here. That makes sense. And then we're passing it to the custom scroll view. The question I have is, do we need to? Like, can I just leave that? Can I just comment that out and not, does it do it automatically? It kind of does. That makes a lot. Okay, that makes sense too. All right, so I don't actually need to pass the. I don't need to get the inner scroll controller, all right? So we'll make another note here. That the inner scroll controller actually comes from the builder method of the nested scroll view. The nested scroll view outer has its own scroll controller, and this, yeah, any scroll views inside the nested scroll view will use this inner scroll controller provided by the nested scroll view. We can get this if we want via nested scroll view dot primary scroll controller of context. I think that was the primary scroll controller dot of nested scroll view. Damn it. Primary scroll controller dot of context. As we're in the builder context, so get that inner controller. Nice. That's good. Right, so we got this I wonder why I have to use this and not a sliver overlap injector, right? Why can't I use that? I can grab that and use that, right? Is that the same? Apparently not. Expected a child of type render box. Okay. So in list refresh indicator. So it's almost like I want this overlap injector actually like in the body here. Custom scroll view slivers. And like if I put it here. Except now we have to reset maybe. Yeah, no. Restarted app. Okay. And we haven't broken that. We've still got this in-list refresh indicator, which kind of works. And notifications. 390. This should be a handle owned by a sliver overlap absorber. Has found no absorbed extent to inject. Must be an earlier descendant of a common ancestor viewport, so that it will always be laid out before the sliver overlap injected during a particular frame. The overlap absorber is typically contained in the list of slivers provided by header sliver builder. Right, so this... So, I wonder then if I could exclude the post app bar slivers from the overlap. That might be genius. That might be the way to do it. See, where the hell even is the overlap absorber handle? I don't think I have I don't even have one. Maybe it's the smart app bar sliver widget. I mean, I could get this. I don't even think I've defined one, which is crazy that I can actually use it. But maybe this is wild. Oh, this is so complicated. But I'm getting it, but it's complicated. So sliver overlap injector. Okay, so that's fine, but we actually need an overlap absorber first. So let's have a look for sliver overlap absorber. Smart nested scrollables includes the sliver overlap absorber for the app bar. Does it though? It doesn't, does it? It's not in the smart app bar sliver widget either. Overlap absorber is not in there. So we don't have one. That could be the whole problem here. How did I get away with not having one that whole time? So the app bar header sliver builder. So the app bar is what we want. So this returns a list of widgets, which is great, because that's exactly what we need. So if it just returns a list of widgets, all I need to do is wrap this with a widget, and we'll call it sliver overlap absorber. And then we're going to go sliver. Oh, can't be assigned to the parameter type smart app bar sliver widget. Alright then, because we've dicked ourselves out of that in this method. So I actually need to go in here where we got app bar. I need to wrap that with a sliver overlap absorber. And we're going to go sliver, silver, sliver, handle. So basically this is going to use the handle of the closest context. Okay. And voila, things are working again. Beautiful. That's a good sign. However, now the refresh is broken, but that's actually okay because the refresh is happening under the app bar now, which is fine. Okay. And again, another solvable problem. So now we're going to go notification screen. We are going to got post app bar slivers, which is good. Now we've got this builder. We have overlap injector. And we're going to have a sliver, which is just a widget. Now, if that's null, what does that actually mean? Does it mean anything? Do I have to have? Why is it suggesting this? Sometimes it's stupid, you know. We're just gonna go. Let's go colored box. Now let's go container, and we're gonna go color equals colors.red, and we're going to go height. Uh, 50, yeah, sure, whatever, AI. Elements contains element is not true. Huh? What does that mean? Duplicate global key caught in widget tree. Okay, that's an app restart, that one. Okay. Yeah, it's all kind of screwed up. That's right, we'll get there. Huh? Render sliver overlap injector is not a type of. But that's just a widget, not okay. Let's get rid of you. All right. So this is working. Oh, it's because it actually needs to go above here. So we need it in this enlist refresh indicator thing. It's almost like this is round the wrong way. It's almost like I need the body. Yeah, okay, so that actually says that, what we found out before. You shouldn't provide it with a scroll. With a scroll controller. So it's almost like the custom refresh indicator. It's almost like we shouldn't be returning that from the body. We should be returning a scroll view from the body. And the child, no, yeah, that's and the first sliver. That's not how that works though, is it? So if we go custom refresh indicator, is it not a thing? Is this like package custom refresh indicator? Oh, this isn't a built-in. This isn't a built-in Flutter thing? When the child's scrollable descendant overscrolls, an animated circular progress indicator scroll behavior refresh indicator on refresh child custom scroll view yeah. Okay. So it looks like it's just a wrap around Flutter's built-in one with some where I can customize things a bit more. Okay, well, it looks like I'm actually doing that correctly. So we need this builder here. So it's like the sliver. It's like we want to push this down by that much. Wrap with padding. Edge insets only. We'll go top. Nested scroll view sliver overlap absorber handle 4. Methods can't be invoked in constant expressions. Yeah, okay, well, let's not make it constant then. Alright. There we go. Well, that worked. So that's still not working because it's pushing that down. why is it pushing that down though? That's what I want to know. Like, the sliver overlap absorber should only report back the size of the app bar. And actually pre-app bar slivers as well. But I don't even think I'm using that at the moment. Okay, so we define the child here. The child gets passed into the builder, which then returns out. Yeah. Alright, well that makes sense. So how am I getting this pushing that down? What is actually pushing that list down? Is it just this is so confusing. Like, a builder for any widgets that are to proceed the inner scroll views. This is where I feel like the float header slivers should be a thing. See, that refresh indicator looks exactly how I want it to look like now, which is a good thing. Maybe I'm misunderstanding how the overlap absorber works. Like, it doesn't just absorb... It doesn't just absorb the height of the app bar, but instead it absorbs... Well, maybe it does, but maybe it's actually the... where I'm injecting it is not correct. Where am I injecting it? Here. So if I get rid of this padding, what's this padding actually doing? It's doing what it's supposed to do. Isn't that bizarre that it pushes that down? I mean, there's a part of me that gets it. Like, it's pushing it down by... It's keeping the relative scroll positions the same between the inner and the nested, I guess. It's not what I want. Ain't what I want, mate. Which is weird, because there's no injectors here. There's nothing injecting the height. It's just... So in other words, when I go into selected, I could do a post frame callback and see like and see what the scroll controller offset actually is after it's updated. Let's just clear this. Oh, it's going to be a loud bit of thunder. 000. So it doesn't change the scroll amount at all. It doesn't change any of the scroll amounts in the slightest. Which I guess makes a lot of sense. So what else can we do? What I think I'm just approaching this entirely the wrong way, because if this is going to appear here, it can't be a part of the app bar at the top. It just can't, because you know, if we wanted that back to the position where it was, we're going to have to scroll the nested scroll view up, which we're going to have to change that. We don't want to do that though. Like if we're in this position here, basically what we want is just for this widget here to pop over the top of whatever. So even if we long click on that, it's actually going to end up like that. Which I don't know about that either. I mean, we could do something about that and push the list down, but I think I am going to have to move this. I think I am going to have to move the bulk edits sliver out of the post app bar slivers. I think that is going to be the requirement. So let's do that. And what I should do is I should widgetize this as well. I should split it out into its own widget. So clean up code a bit. I will do that. But for now, I'll just get it working again. So we'll go custom scroll view. We'll chuck the bulk select option back in there again. Now pinned header sliver. I believe this is actually a sliver type. So that's weird, because it's almost like I need padding for this. Like I need it because right, if I select there, it pushes it down. Oh, what? Wait. That can't be right. No, that's not right. Gotta reload the view. Hang on. Okay. Huh? What's going on? What's going on? Reloaded libraries. What? Why is that sticking there now? That's bizarre. It's still not doing what I wanted it to do though. So, custom scroll view. Is there any way to... Maybe this can't be a pinned header sliver. Sliver floating header. I mean, yeah, alright. What options have we got? We've got animation, style, and we've got snap mode. Floating header snap mode. Overlay scroll. What's the default? Overlay. Just subsequent animations. Yeah, this is infuriating. Unbelievable. Let's look at what else we got. There's this delegate. Am I going to have to make one of these? Well, sliver persistent header delegate. I don't even know what that is. It'd be a type def of some sort of function, I guess. Which we could just do an inline function. We don't have to get too fancy here. And we can go pinned true. We'll go pinned true. And we'll go delegate context. Sliver persistent header delegate. That's what I want to know what it is. Sliver persistent header delegate. This is a abstract class. Context, shrink, offset, and overlaps. So I need AI help for this because I can't remember. Which is a sub, which is an implementation of the sliver persistent header delegate class. Is there a way I can do this inline? So for example, sliver persistent header and true and delegate inline delegate here dot dot dot. Caught chat sleeping on the job here. Maybe I should use my signed in account to do this. Oh, no. Does not support anonymous classes. You're a poop. Sliver use Flutter's built-in with a builder helper. The official helper is... Excuse me? That's funny. I think chat's having a stroke. Builder delegate. It's just not a thing. Delegate dot. I don't know what it's on about. Chat's having a senior moment right now. I'm gonna... Okay, so you can do it, but it's extremely messy. Oh, it's not that messy. Make a function that returns a delegate. Okay, interesting. Let's see if this works. So we're going to go delegate. We're going to go class that extends sliver persistent header delegate. I think I'm getting scammed. I don't think this is going to work. I'm being so lazy doing this. Like, there's no reason I should be doing this. But hey, you got to try these things, right? Class can't be used as an identifier because it's keyword. Yeah, see? It's lying to me. Okay, we can't do that. It's just completely lying in terms of what I can and can't do. I love it when AI lies to me like that. It's great. The slickest version, also the most incorrect version, chat. Thanks heaps. So there's this other weird way of doing it, which is like even more bizarre. How bizarre? This expression doesn't evaluate to a function. It's so messed up. So what are we doing here? We're creating an anonymous function. It's almost like ChatGPT is completely wrong in this instance. It's like it's trying to tell me something to make me feel good, but it's a complete lie, and it actually ends up not. making me feel good at all. Let's do some good old-fashioned Googling then. Dart inline class. There's an extension type. Compile time construct. Okay, so how do you do it? Extension type. What you're trying to do is not possible. The idea is to add a constructor of your abstract class that defers its implementation to callbacks. So abstract class event, okay, right. So say this is our persistent header delegate thing. Class anonymous event implements event. That's not what I want at all, actually. So, I mean, I'm thinking it's just not possible. I mean, I probably could have done this the right way by now, so screw you. I'm just gonna do it. Let's create this delegate then, eh? We're gonna call it the bulk select Alright, yeah, come on, AI. No, not throw unimplemented. Jeez, it's lazy sometimes. Far out, man. Okay. See what it's trying to do here. Missing concrete implementations of should rebuild. Okay. I don't know what this is all about. I think my linter is acting a sad. Yeah, I think it is. Got some mismatched brackets going on here. Ah, right, yeah, okay. That's better. Alright, now we've still got an issue here. Couldn't load notifications. Bulk actions. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay. If is selecting. Wait. What happened to my original content? Oh no. Notification screen. Oh my gosh. Let's just steal the old code. And here's the child container. What I want. Copy. This is the laziest coding I've ever done. Just tired. Container. That was a good guess. Okay, so there's a lot of crap here which checkbox value equals false. We're just going to have to hack away at some of this for now. On changed. Just comment out all the errors for now. We don't need any of this. We don't need any of this stuff. Just getting in our way. We're just going to go selected. Comment that out. If doing bulk mark read. Okay. So let's just comment that too. But we're gonna comment that out as well. On pressed, we're just gonna go null. And comma. Right. Beautiful. Oh, actually, this one, we actually want it to go on pressed true. Oh, on pressed false. And then selected notification IDs clear. Set state. Why can't we call set state? Oh, yep. Okay, well, we'll go exit bulk. We'll call it that. And this one, we just want a... What do we want? A function exit bulk. Okay. the method exit bulk isn't exit bulk. A little confused at why it can't load notifications. Okay, I think we have a slightly more major issue going on here. All right. What? I've been logged out. Oh, sick, yep. Good stuff, man, that's cool. Is it actually doing anything, or is it completely stuffed? I think it's completely stuffed. Close app. Rebuild it. Dang it. Maybe because I didn't give that a key and it's a widget that comes and goes, so... Yeah, and it's stuffed again. Okay. Fair enough. Um, the instructions for snapping the scroll offset if floating is true. Right. Well, that might be what I need as well. Pretty sure I use a sliver persistent header elsewhere, so let's go search for that. I mean, yeah. I don't know what's going on. I should really save some of this though, because I'm gonna lose all that if I accidentally like roll back. I'm pretty sure all this is self-contained, so I can do that. Improve notification list tile behavior. Then we've got notification screen. What have I changed in here? We've got theme data. Adding tile color. Okay, well that's not a huge loss if I lose that, but I should have committed that before starting this work. That is my bad. Oh, this one I can commit. Yeah, this one I can definitely commit this one. Improve smart app bar, animation and bottom bar. Push those up. Alright, now we're back to this. I'm going to get rid of that line. I don't know what it's on about with this. I'm gonna, if I just change that delegate to true, I'm just gonna go true. See what happens. So maybe it's not building at all. Exit bulk. I'm pretty sure that's how you void, or isn't there a type like void callback or something? The expression has a type of void, so its value can't be used. Right, so in other words, I just want to pass it the actual function, not the result of the function. Yes. And then when I do this, I go exit bulk and that returns nothing. So that is all good. Alright, so we'll save that. Go to notification. Okay, we're good here. Long click. There we go. Now we're working. Okay, so this, in theory, this behavior kind of works. But what doesn't work is the fact that it's still pushing down the list when I go to select it. So pinned true. So if I go floating true, how does that change its behavior? Not at all, you see. Right, I'll give ChatGPT one more chance. One more chance. Okay, let's ask it. In Flutter, I have a custom scroll view. When long pressing on one of the tiles, a sliver list really, so containing list tiles, we enter bulk edit mode. I want to show a pinned header at the top of the scroll view that overlaps the list tiles. When entering edit mode, I don't want the scroll position to change. So, in other words, you know what? I don't even know why I'm trying to do this as a scroll view. I just suddenly had a thought that the way to do this is a stack. Like the frickin' bulk edit row doesn't actually need to be a sliver. It doesn't need to be part of the scroll view. In fact, it shouldn't be. It should be like an overlay. But at the same time, anyway, when entering edit mode, I don't want the scroll position to change. I don't want what's under the mouse finger to change. At the moment, it's basically pushing the list down by the size of the bulk edit header. I might as well just show this. We enter bulk edit mode. I want to show a pinned header at the top of the scroll view that overlaps the list tiles. When entering edit mode, I don't want what's under the mouse finger to change. At the moment, it's basically pushing the list down. But of course, if I'm scrolled to the top of the list, I should be able to see in Flutter. I have a custom scroll view for my notifications list. I want to see the first notification in full with the bulk edit row above it. Don't put the bulk edit header inside the custom scroll view. Layer it on top using a stack. What I just said, literally. Ugh. No jank when entering, leaving edit mode. Add a drop down, animate its appearance. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, alright then. I will do that. I will do that. I will do the thing. I'm pretty sure we can do this. So custom refresh indicator. Yeah, so basically, okay, we've got this padding, which is good. I need that. So the first child of the padding is going to be a stack, and then this is going to be this is going to be children, and then we're going to go down to custom refresh indicator there, and we're going to wrap that in an array, and then we're going to save that and just make sure that it works, which it does. Okay, right, and then we've got the sliver persistent header thing, which I can now completely rewind all this crap. My gosh. Oh, this is not cool, man. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna get rid of that. I'm just gonna go this. We're gonna go stack children. We're gonna pop that there as selecting, and we're gonna grab this whole damn thing out again. This whole container. We're gonna delete this bad boy here because we ain't using it. Gonna go paste that in there, do a comma on pressed. We can now refer back to these variables again because we actually have them, so I should just be able to uncomment all this and things work. Delete that, get that back, get all that back, get all that back, and we will delete this false and save. So now when I do this, bonk, there we go. It doesn't change the thing. So if is selecting container color, so we need this to be positioned. In fact, I think stacks draw from the back forwards. So if I just move this under the custom refresh indicator, I just pop it there, I think we're all good. Yes. Yeah, that's beautiful. Perfect. Problem is though, pretty sure I had a thing where it like deselected start bulk select. Oh, there. I missed one. I mean, see, that's good. Now, basically, in this case, what I need to do is I need to go if the inner scroll. I can't do inner though, because I can't just move this list. So it's like I need a resizing sliver in there. So we're at 0, 0, 0. Yeah, so it really actually is anytime I'm at 0 and that I need to add padding. Like sliver padding or something, I don't know. How's refresh indicator looking? It's looking fine. Still doing that weird thing where it's pushing down the body, but I don't know what's going on with that. That's a strange one. Okay, this isn't good either. It's basically anywhere. Yeah. Okay, I've changed the logic of how this works now, so it's not super ideal. So let's fix all that before I forget. Let's go home, screen, and we're gonna go. So we've got in list refresh indicator builder, custom refresh indicator. Feel like I should be able to define in here like an overlap absorber. But then again, I might not have the app bar sometimes, so I don't always necessarily want that. There might be some situations where I don't, so I need to be careful where I actually look after that. So custom refresh indicator, I reckon I can wrap that in a padding, and we're just going to go edge insets, not const. We're just going to go edge insets only, and we're going to go top, nested scroll view, blah blah blah. Double can't be assigned to that, so we're going to go like that, and go 0, 0. Why does this work? Why is this? Conditions must have a static type of ball. Oh, okay. Oh, yes, sweet. Home. Oh, that didn't work at all, did it? That didn't work at all. Let's refresh. Yeah. It's not... See, it's bizarre. Like, why is it not finding text? It's pretty strange. So how did I do it in here? Same deal. Dot layout extend. And I went child, custom refresh. It's a funny one, isn't it? Pretty weird, man. Why it works on this one and not that one, I do not know. As I say, pretty weird. Let's go to the agenda screen. See what we got here. One's going to be even creepier, I reckon. So page scrolling. So agenda event card. Yeah, this is a behemoth of a class. Stack, nested scroll view. Yep. Alignment, bottom center, floating agenda filters. Yeah, that's all good by me. And then we got this bodybuilder thing here, and basically we want to wrap this in padding. Wrap with padding. And again, we're going to do that. Positions, scroll controller attached to multiple scroll views. Nested scroll control. My gosh. My golly gosh. Okay, well, see, this works. That's fine. And we can swipe. All good. We can go to notifications. That works beautifully. We can do that to select and deselect. That's all fine. But home doesn't want to work. And I think it might be because of the sliver fill remaining. I just have a gut feeling. So if I get rid of that. That is why. Oh, that's a pain. Maybe I don't need it. Maybe I don't need it. Just gonna get rid of it. Gonna get rid of it. But that's good. I've actually consistently got this all working now, which is really nice. And I believe, does it remember the oh crap, it didn't work. What? Oh, that might actually be that random bug where sometimes it forgets what you've saved. No? Okay, let's just restart. And not working. Okay, so it's not that. Custom refresh indicator. This is really weird. Like, because when I do that, that's perfect. That's absolutely spot on. It's exactly what it should be. And I go back here and it's back to its old ways. It's like that's coming back as null. So allowed extent 80, so that's fine. Now if we go here, go back home, allowed extent is null. It's weird, eh? It's weird how it only does it on the home page and nowhere else. What could be the difference? It's very strange. Every time I stop working. Yeah. A single overlap absorber at a time. It can also be, and normally is assigned to one or more sliver overlap injectors. Whenever the nested scroll view viewport is marked dirty for layout, it will cause its assigned sliver overlap absorber handle to fire notifications. It is the responsibility of the injectors and any other clients to mark themselves dirty when this happens, in case the geometry subsequently changes during layout. Oh, yeah, this is too much. I just want to see what the handle is, actually, for starters. Sliver overlap absorber handle. Yeah, so null. Interesting. Handle 4. And it always returns one. Layout extent. It's just bizarre that it's only on. I wonder if it's something to do with the routing, like maintaining state between. So we've got maintain state, login, 2FA, reset, event detail, auto. So we got main scaffold page. Maintain state is all false. All false. Which is quite crazy. Don't understand it. I mean, I feel like I'm getting. No, because if I save it, it's definitely not that full sliver fill remaining. Oh boy. Wait, what? Okay. So. See if there's anything different with the custom scroll view in here. Custom refresh. Indicator. Now that's interesting, actually. Custom refresh indicator. So I've got padding, custom refresh, scroll view. Adding, custom refresh, scroll view, physics, bouncing scroll physics. Pretty sure that's going to have nothing to do with it. Then we've got a bunch of slivers in there. So this one I've just got a sliver list, which I gotta stop for the day. Bye bye now.